Hey sister friends, it's Terry, and I just wanted to give you a quick tip for when you're working on a series. I know a lot of times in our mind we think you're doing things just alike, but it's easier to say that, you're doing things, they're not twins. Let me see if I can get one up. They're not twins, but they're siblings. You know what I mean? They're alike, but they're not alike. But you can still do it when you're trying to get in the flow. You know what I mean? To where your painting is really coming naturally. You're enjoying it. Time is passing so fast. You're wanting to be productive, so you decide to do several projects at once. The best thing to do for that, in my opinion, now this is 100% my opinion here, but is to prepare your canvases. I used the gesso that I made in the other video, the homemade gesso, on all of these. So they were all like this to begin with. I have 2, 4, 6 in this series. And these are drippy trees that I learned from Bob Burridge. So I started out with all 6. I got all 6 of them all gessoed up. They were already gessoed, but I just wanted that little bit of a warm background. And because I'm going to be doing these as a video for y'all later, I started out with gonna do one in, each, I don't want to say segment, what's the word that you want to use, each step of the way, more or less. And then I would have one completely finished and then come back through with the beginning, and I would show you on this one how I would come up with this. And they, of course, wouldn't be identical. And I know this looks like a bit of a crazy mess right now, but then the next step on that, so I went through with all of them except for the first one. And I put that, I think that was In the Navy by Dixie Belle. And I put it on all of them looking a little bit different. And the next step in that was using, what would this be? Pure Ocean by Dixie Belle. So I have them all, well, 5 of them like this, so I can do one in front of you. So then I did all the rest of them with the Pure Ocean over that. And then I wanted a little bit darker. This is Aubergine, I believe, that went over that. Then we went over with Honky Tonk Red. And then I started playing with some acrylics, and I don't have them here. I've already got them packed for a trip. But I wanted some bright pink on here, and I was playing with it when it was still wet, and I probably could have left it alone. But in this step, I like kind of how it's turning out. And there's still a lot to go to this, so you'll see that later. But I just wanted to come through and share that tip with you on getting ready to do a series, and just remembering that you can do, in order to help yourself get into the flow faster, you can go through and prep all of your canvases. Go through and put in your main thing that's going to be, shared by all of them. Say if you're going to put a vase of flowers on all of them, you could go ahead with whatever your background sort of color, not your total background color, but the depth color here, and put a vase and a place for some flowers here, and then put it here on the other one, center it on the other one, make it tall, make it round, whatever. You can go through like an assembly line and put all of those in different places. That way, when it comes through and becomes time to start doing the creative part, you're in the flow. You've been going, and all the stuff that takes your mind off of, the day's work and puts it into your work in progress. All the tedious parts, or the parts that matter, where you would have to make a decision, sort of like the Steve Jobs thing. He wore the same exact color of shirt and pants every single day because that was less decisions he had to make. So the less decisions you have to make in your art, the easier it is for you to get in the flow, where you really get the time in that helps to decrease your blood pressure, helps you to just be healthier and more artistic and more relaxed and more creative. All of the things, those come after a little while. So if you get up and you just do all the backgrounds, and then you put all the placements in there, then all the parts that you have to think of, oh, where am I going to put this? What size am I going to do? I've done a round one. Should I do a square one? all that's done, then you can start having fun and do the creative parts. And obviously, these aren't alike, and this isn't the finished thing. Yes, I know it looks like blobs with runs. It won't in the end, I promise. But even this was fun because I just was using a huge brush and mixing up tons of water in with the paint and just blobbing it on there and letting it go. And then I got to have as much fun watching what it would do without the pressure on me of making it do something, to where now the creative flow is going to happen. It would have happened had I been able to continue it. Of course, I had to stop for the day, and I'm about to leave for a trip, so this will be here for me whenever I get back. But I did want to just come in and you know, let you know my way of doing that, with just doing the backgrounds and getting your placement on there. And knowing that they're all different is a great way to get started on a series, and not doing one to completion, then doing the next one to completion, and doing the next one to completion. And that may be good for some people, but for me, I like to get in the flow, and I like to enjoy what I'm doing. And so getting the tedious stuff out of the way really helps. So I hope you enjoyed that. I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, and we'll have a new video every Tuesday. And I hope to be doing some really fun things here in the near future. Thanks for watching. Bye.